Because as the parent, you're supposed to know better. And maybe that's why I still don't have kids, right? Because until I feel like I'm really rich and able to give them everything, or a stable home, I don't want to be a baby mama.
I'm not saying these are right thoughts. I'm just, once again, telling y'all, like, this is what goes on in my head.
Yeah. Everybody's including the parents, right? And then these parents that are fucked up have a child who is an innocent born baby, and they put them through the chronicles. And they think because they put them through the chronicles, and the baby makes it out strong, or sometimes the baby doesn't make it out stronger. The baby makes millions of dollars, that all of that is superseded, and it's really not. So I get what he's saying, because sometimes for some people, pain lasts forever.
Yeah.
And I am one of those people.
This thing is all new. How many generations of parents do we really know? Okay? So technology, we're all still learning. I'm my mother and father's only son. So although my mother had 2 girls, they had to learn how to deal with a son. I'm the only one. And before that, I have my grandmother and my great-grandmother. How much time we ain't been in this civilization to know everything, to be young. He's a young man, right? But he's in his 30s. So let's go back 30 years ago when he was 3 with autism. Did we know how to really deal with that in the community? Hell no. The same way we didn't learn, we're all still learning. And that's the point that I'll be like, people don't understand and they don't get. Yeah, financial literacy, that's not here for everybody. Some of us are still learning. We wasn't from JFK bootlegging and with learning about stocks and bonds in 1921 and passing that stuff down. We're learning to be parents. We're learning to be better. There was a time when fathers left the home. Now the kids who fathers left the home are at home trying to be fathers because they learned. People didn't know. So as we keep blaming everybody, our world is evolving. That's why sometimes forgiveness, although it's hard, sometimes forgiveness is needed because we just don't have the knowledge. They might have looked at an autistic son and not understood, this ain't what you think it is. This boy is gonna go on and do great things. Treat him greatly. But sometimes people, my parents that found out that a dude tried to kill me, they feel like that's a badge that's taken from them. I raised a son that somebody tried to kill. I'm the one that went through it. I'm the one that had to learn to walk again. I'm the one that didn't do nothing to deserve this. But they took that and said, I don't even want to talk about it because this is embarrassing for me that somebody tried to kill my kid. They still learning. I was pissed about that for years, okay? I was pissed about it to the point that when people talked about it and said, yo, he goes outside. He's not like people that survived the murder. You see what I'm saying? I go outside, I'll go back in, I don't care. Rico tell you, but I'm not scared of nothing. I don't care, right? It doesn't matter. But when people would mention and be like, yo, your son is tremendously strong. Like, he survived that, started walking again and everything. My father will sit, to this day, he'd be like, what are you talking about? And we'll look at him like, are you serious, bro? What you mean? What are we talking about here? Sorry.
Yeah,
so it's and I'm just saying that our parents deal with things funny. A dude robbed me at gunpoint. Never been robbed before. My mother said, you think we don't know you out there selling drugs? I wasn't selling drugs. I'm a college graduate with 2 degrees. I had been in the music business for over a decade by this time. But she still reverted to say, oh, well, if somebody tried to stick you up and rob you, it had to be something that you was doing, because if it wasn't, then that's a reflection upon me. And I'm saying that that's all wrong.
Right.
All of it.
Everything that they said was all wrong, although that was my parents. They didn't know. They didn't know how to deal with a young dude that didn't want to work a 9 to 5, that used his brain. I'm not working hard, I'm working smarter. I'm getting this money. Y'all, oh yeah, I'm traveling across the world. I'm going here, I'm going there. They didn't understand that, oh, he got to be selling drugs. No, I'm a college graduate that learned how to use my brain to get this cash, but they didn't understand that. So in your situation, we already know your parents didn't understand it, right? That's where the forgiveness in my mind could come in.
Yeah, but you don't need to be in my life for me to forgive you. I didn't say like I gotta hit out on my parents or nothing like that. Like I ain't just here talking about them, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I let that shit go, but at the same time, like it happened.
Yeah. You can't ignore the fact that it
I
happened.
can't forget it.
Okay.
And like it is what it is. Like there is no like, oh, I'm mad or nothing like that. But there is a part of me that's like, I know I would be mentally better off if I had better parents. I'd probably be more proud of the football thing if I had better parents.
You know, there's a person that I used to watch when I was 21 years old named Wayne Dyer. And like he was somebody back in the 50s and the 60s and 70s, I believe. And he was one of the biggest speakers at that point in time. And a little bit about his story, him and his older brother had an alcoholic dad who would beat them and whatever. And eventually they watched his dad kill his mother and then kill himself. And so from that point on, they started going through all of these foster and you know, bouncing from house to house. Essentially, he goes on to become a doctor. Essentially, he goes on to become one of the biggest speakers at that time. And one of the things that he said is, it's unfortunate, everything that has happened to me, but, and I'm not saying this to change your mind. I used everything I've ever went through and learned from it to create a positive outcome of it and to teach. And here I am talking to millions of people. And I found out that this is one of the things that just brings me joy. I'm not saying that's your solution.
No, that's how I feel about comedy.
And that's what I'm trying to say, like, exactly. So find, like, use something from it to bring you joy.
No, I do that,
you know?
But I mean, even then, like, y'all are both music artists, or all three of y'all are familiar with music. Like, how much joy does it bring you when you think you made something that's a slapper and you got like 5 monthly listeners on Spotify?
It hurts.
How fucking stupid do you have to feel? Y'all be looking at my Spotify like, no, I could have still been playing football for this.
Yeah.